Hi, I'm Soshana, and
I'm Joyce.
we're back together again.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
We need to talk about our episodes, and we need to thank people for
That's right.
watching us.
Especially those who are watching overseas,
Oh, yeah.
like Mexico.
Yeah, we have people watching us from Mexico. So I want to do a shout out to Antonio Bautista and Pablo, who's been watching us all the way from Mexico. And we have somebody from Spain watching, Laura. So greetings, Laura. Thanks for watching. We want to see more of your comments. And here we have Jai Morgan. Thank you for your comments. And we want to see more. We want to see more comments from people so that we can kind of get an idea of what they want to hear us talk about. Yeah. And we hope that they're enjoying our conversations. I know I've been enjoying our conversations. I look forward to us getting together.
I know, because we talk about silly things. And,
all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
And people have made comments to me, even though they didn't write it. They're like, funniest thing is like, oh, I enjoyed your Panama.
Oh, they enjoyed it?
This episode.
I'm so glad.
Or like, oh my God, that tea you guys mentioned. I'm like, I don't think that was the main topic. You know what I mean?
That's so funny.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just I'm glad that people are connecting, and can relate to what we're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we have this chance to like just talk about stuff, because we're always like working, and then just having some time to just like decompress and talk about stuff. Yeah. It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice
relaxing.
It is.
Because it's like during the day, like when you're working, it's let's get to the point and get it done and be done with this. And let's move on,
Exactly.
That kind of attitude all the time. And I was like, we'll talk about some silly thing.
Yeah.
What bothers me and that kind of stuff. I think it's really good for me, too.
I was surprised about how it seems like there was a lot of interest in the one episode when we had our guest. And we were talking about estate planning.
Oh, Holly Curtis, the attorney. Yes.
That was interesting. I don't know. I feel like maybe people enjoyed that episode because we were talking about something that I feel like people don't really, like, they don't want to talk about it, but need to talk about it or hear about it at least, because it's something that it's going to affect all of us.
Oh, it does. I think it's kind of like tax. You want to know, but then you don't want to know. You kind of want to talk about it, but you don't want to talk about it. That kind of thing. Interestingly, I have an old friend, right, who lives in where she lives. She lives in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach right now, right? And she actually reached out to me and says, like, so the first episode was out, and I think she sent me a message through Facebook, and she's like, I really enjoyed it, So I said, well, the second one is coming up or something. So she said, like, it's a topic that I kind of thought about, and it kind of put me in a place where, like, okay, I need to do something.
Yeah.
And so I think it's helpful.
Yeah.
The whole idea is this, I think, when we talk about this sometimes you need to know, but you don't want to know kind of topics. Yeah. I think our goal is to let you know what is out there, what you need to think about, and hopefully help you pick the right advisor for yourself.
Right.
There are really, any profession, you really have to pick the right person for you, somebody who cares enough about you. And then knowledge and experience is must, right? But I think knowledge and experience is only helpful when you have a right mind, when you have at least try to put the client's best interest first. Yeah. And then everything else can kind of help you out. If you don't have that, it's like FTX. You guys heard that, right? The Bitcoin company, $1 billion company, they went bankruptcy, filed for bankruptcy last year, and I think he's finally sentenced, right? Sam Friedman, Sam Bankman-Fried, right? Bankman-Fried. The crazy thing is, like, the father is a Stanford professor who specializes in law. Mother is also a professor who specializes in tax.
Oh, wow.
So both of them help him get these crazy things out, right? And probably the parents are not sentenced yet, so I cannot say that they're, responsible
Right.
for it or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, you can certainly kind of like think that, okay, so all these people who have all kinds of knowledge and experience helped the son. They must have helped him.
Must have. I would think so.
Must have.
Yeah.
Right? But it's all scam. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
So I think having, being able to see who's really on your side,
Right.
Who's
It's
really going to
important.
help you,
Mm-hmm.
who has a good heart in their heart and
Right.
best interest for you, I think it's critical.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you'll know. I mean, you have that connection. You have that connection, and you have to. I feel like you have to listen to your intuition when you're selecting someone to help you.
But I've also have experience though. From my perspective, I feel like, okay, this is the best deal for the client, right? This
Right.
has to happen, and then the person goes to seek second opinion or third opinion, whatever, and I later find out that they chose against what I recommended.
Oh.
So everybody's different,
Yeah.
but I think there are two pieces to it, right? One is that, okay, you got to be able to see who's really good for you,
Right.
who has a good intention for you, and knows and has an experience, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Another piece, you got to dip and look into your heart and see what you're after.
Right.
Are you being too greedy?
Right.
Are you trying to get something? For example, you buy a product or let's say some kind of product, financial product,
Mhm.
and you're somebody telling you, if you get this, you're going to be able to take care of all these issues, your retirement, your death, whatever. The logic will tell you, your mind will tell you, oh, well, how can there be such a good product that takes care of all my issues? But on the other hand, you want to listen to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You feel like, okay, if I put $1,000 a month, I mean, all my issues or my concerns will be taken care of.
Right.
So there's this two piece,
Yeah.
You kind of really have to be willing to see what's really possible,
Right.
not your wishes, right? And so I think it's very difficult.
It is.
And sometimes it's very discouraging to me. It's like, do I want to really invest so much time and effort to explain things to a potential client,
Right.
to realize that what they value is maybe not the reality, or maybe not to look at things as they are objectively,
Right.
but to follow what they believe it to be more beneficial. But see, there's nothing that's that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not one thing that fits all.
Right. That's
There's
right.
there's not one thing that's going to give you everything that you
You're right.
possibly want. So if somebody were to come to you and say, "Hey, Soshana, you buy this cup, it's going to do everything for you,"
Yeah.
and you want to believe that because you only want to spend.
You don't want to be bothered with all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, so it's like
That's easy.
you only put in $10. Are you telling me all my concerns are taken care of? But I would say that probably your wish, and maybe you're being too greedy.
Yeah.
In that you don't want to put the effort in, you don't want
Right.
to put the money in,
Right.
but you want everything to be taken care of.
Exactly.
Things don't work like that.
They don't.
You know what I mean?
They
So
don't. Yeah.
there's that piece.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, no.
It's
hard.
It is hard.
It is hard because I think our resources are limited. Especially, now we're worried about the market.
Yeah, we are.
And like, oh my God, we all know the $10 that we had last year is not
It's not
worth.
It's not buying
$10
the same
worth.
amount
No.
of goods and
No.
services that we were
Right.
getting before.
Yeah. Our income is not increasing,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we're worried. So we're like, oh my God, if there's some kind of like magic wand that's going to give me everything, and if somebody comes to you and say, hey, if you do this with me, I'll take care of all your worries. Then
I don't know. It's so easy for people to. I don't know why they get suckered into some of that stuff.
you know what they say is so true? The suckers are born like every minute or something like that. It's so let's not try to be right? That person gets sucked into something that's really not going to be helpful to you.
Yeah.
You know, so you think that because our resources are so limited, you want to make the best of it. So you're like, okay, if this person tells me that I can kill 3 birds for doing one thing, we want to do that.
Yeah.
But you really have to think hard about it.
I have to say this. I think sometimes people don't want to be bothered. Right? They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to think about it. It's like, oh, you're going to solve the problem. Let me just pay you and just do it. I don't want to think about it. But I think that consumers need to take the time to really think through things, okay? And not be so ready to just like hand over your most important things just to somebody else and let somebody else deal with it.
See, now the SEC is going after the most profitable, well-known YouTubers because of them sharing incorrect and misleading information. Apparently, a lot of young folks have lost a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they're like, buy this, buy that, you know, and their website says like, oh, our website is not recommending or not, advising you to follow our I guess, recommendations, in terms of buying stocks, bonds, or whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, that's what they're doing. And a lot of young folks had fall for it. So you know, they're actually going after them.
Wow. Yeah, I did not. I had no idea.
So people thought that, you know, because you're an entertainer, right? You're a YouTuber. You're saying you're not, you know, really giving them any kind of like investment advice and what have you. And people thought that they can get away with it, but.
Oh, really?
Because they're benefiting. They're making money. Tons of money, too. So I'm telling you again, you know, what you see on the YouTube or all this social media is...
It's so crazy because you watch things and you're like, at this point, you don't know what is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They tell you things and you're like, I'm not sure what is believable. Because everybody talks like it's a fact.
Right. And you don't know how to discern. Right. So if you're not sure, you should not take any action.
Right.
But, you know, because you have such a small amount of resources, you think if you feel like if you follow them, then you're going to, you know, they're going to make it 10 times more. You know, I'm putting in $10 to that. It's going to be $100 tomorrow. You know, so that's kind of like false. That's so false. Such a false promises. And the young folks, they may not know. And so again, you know, you really have to, even though we kind of want to be lazy sometimes and leave it all up to others to make the decisions for us. But you really have to think hard because really, I mean, who's going to take care of you, right?
Right.
Who's going to worry on your behalf, right? Who's going to be as concerned as you are, right? Yeah. As far as your future is concerned. So, I mean, so we kind of have to take it upon ourselves to take time and, you know, learn.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's tough. What's happened with this?
I don't know. We had light and then suddenly we don't. So I hope y'all can see me. It's okay. We'll continue. Life keeps going on.
I know.
You know? It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we had some pretty good episodes so far.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think estate planning, like you mentioned, is a big piece.
I think that was a good one. I think it was a good one. Some of my agents commented on one of the episodes that we talked about, like developing their businesses. And, you know, sometimes you don't, you know, like you know about the process or whatever, but you just having a clear idea of the order in which to do things, it really helps. Yeah. And they appreciated that. They appreciated that. That's good. I think that was good. Of course, I enjoyed the Panama one, because it's like I love talk about vacation. So,
well, I think it's very good information for me personally. Yeah, I've never been to that country myself, and learning that it's not going to cost me that much. Yeah, it's like flying to Korea is close to $3,000 just the airfare.
Wow, wow,
and that's like being cheap. Yeah. Last year when we tried to book my husband, I think it was over $4,000. Yeah. Just to go there. It's like, you know what I mean? And
I'm gonna tell you, the last time we went to Mexico was in March or April. Was it April? I think it was April that we went. We had to become really creative as far as how to get there so that it could be affordable. The flight.
Or the price went up?
It was so expensive. It was so expensive. I was just like, this is like paying to travel first class.
Oh, seriously?
Okay, you really have to take the time to look in advance for your tickets. And now you watch some of these videos and they talk about how, to go incognito and search and this and that and, little tricks so that you could get the cheapest airfares. Believe me, we did all of that.
Were you able to find it though?
We were able to find a way. Okay, I'm not going to share it. Because otherwise other people are going to do it.
Oh, everybody should benefit from it.
They should.
Yeah. Why did they make it so expensive? Really?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand why.
They charge you for this. They charge you for that.
But let me tell you something.
They don't give anything.
Okay, I'm not getting money for this. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you this. Whenever we flew, from to Mexico and back, we didn't even. I was really disappointed because on our flight back, they said something on this airline. Okay. And it's a very common airline, but they were like, "Oh, we're expecting to have turbulence. Therefore, our normal services will not be, they weren't going to have
they're not even going to give you drinks.
Did we even get drinks?
It got us water in a cup.
We got water in a cup. Okay, we didn't even get peanuts. We didn't get peanuts. We didn't get the cookie. Okay, none of that.
But first class, they got food.
Yeah, and we were sitting close to first class. So we were in the second row, okay? Mm-hmm. I think we were in what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Business class. But first class, they had this little screen. And then you see them through the screen coming with the cards, filet mignon and all that. You can smell the food, right?
Oh, so you're flying in business class?
Yeah.
And they didn't serve you food?
No. Okay, but you can see through the screen, them coming with the cards. Oh, whatever. I'm assuming they were having salmon, filet mignon. You want some wine? Okay. I was just I just want to choke somebody. It's a good thing. Eric plans really well for trips.
I always bring snacks no matter what.
Okay, y'all heard it. He always brings snacks no matter what.
Well, so that's the principle, though.
Oh my goodness, it is. I was really aggravated. Anyways, but let me tell you something. Whenever we flew, and I'm going to say the airlines that we flew when I went to Panama with my parents. Mm-hmm. We flew on Copa Airlines. Mm-hmm. That's a Panamanian, I'm so proud to say, it's a Panamanian airline, okay? So, we got on the plane, and I was so shocked. They had a full meal.
For economy class.
Yes, it was just normal people. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And I was just like, what? We get a full meal? On our way to Panama and on our way back, it was a delicious meal.
So it's a first class.
And let me tell you something. That flight to Mexico was not cheap. You would think that if you're spending that kind of money,
yeah,
you don't want to hear. I did not want to hear that turbulence anything. I wanted to see.
Well, turbulence would make sense if they didn't serve the
There was no turbulence.
Well, if they didn't serve first class. But they did.
So, okay.
What the crap?
So anyways, they're on my little list of I'm not very happy with, that airline
So
right
the major airlines are doing the same thing, I think. They're all, kind of adopting each other's practice, and they're like, okay, well, this is how we're going to lead, and we're not going to give this, we're not going to give that, we're going to charge extra money for even designating or signing up for a seat.
Oh yeah.
Before it was not like that. Yeah. You purchase a ticket and you pick a seat if it's available.
Right.
When you are purchasing it, you can't even do that. You gotta So you purchase a ticket, and then if you want to assign a seat yourself, you have to pay extra money.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, so
it's getting really aggravating. Like, it used to be, I love flying. I do enjoy being on a plane. Some people do not. I enjoy it. I love being above the clouds. I love seeing the really blue skies. I really enjoy that. But now they're making it to the point where it's not feeling so enjoyable.
Aggravated. You're already aggravated. You're just like, I'm already upset.
Exactly. So
I don't enjoy travel because I have a motion sickness.
Oh, do you?
So I have to take medicine and stuff like that. Once you're drugged, you just sleep, right? So I don't really enjoy it very much. But I try to go to places now because of my family members. Because my family members, they all enjoy traveling.
Okay.
So I'm trying to accommodate a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just making a reservation itself is just so aggravating.
Yeah.
Everything is so, and then everybody's so different. The American Airlines is different from Delta.
Right.
It's different from Southwest, and everybody's so different.
Right.
Their ways of doing things are so different. I tell you this. Last trip that I made to Las Vegas, I used Southwest. I was really impressed.
Really?
Yes. My friend recommended, and so I'm like, whatever. I never used the airline before, but they were among everybody else that I tried this year, they're the best.
Really?
Yes, I tried American, then I tried Delta, and I tried Southwest, and I'm like, if I can, possible. If it is possible for me to do it, I'm just going to fly Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's really good to
They're
know.
not paying me, by the way. So.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. Everything was so clean. Everybody's so nice.
That's nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow. And my friend was like, you know what? I switched to Southwest long time ago.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Because I've been with such and so, major airline. And so I travel with them for such a long time, but I learned that it didn't matter to them as to how long I've been a client to them.
Right.
So I said, "Oh shit! Does that mean that I have to what happens to the stocks that I own?" You know what I mean?
Oh.
So I'm like, okay,
move some things. Can't you move things around? Can't you move it to Southwest?
Well, you can certainly sell it, no problem. Yeah. But I mean, so
yeah. Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah. But so I think that episode about Panama was pretty interesting.
It was interesting. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
I really want to go visit your uncle's orchard.
Yes.
Yes.
His name is Manolin.
Manolin.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, it's Manuel, but we call him Manolin.
Why? Okay. What's the difference?
It's just like a short name. It's like his name is like short
name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sort of like just a shortened.
Okay, like Joe for Joseph kind of thing. Okay,
something like that. Yeah.
What are some other ones?
What? My aunt calls me Sosh instead of Soshana. That's another.
Jesus and
Jesus.
Chewy.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think. Yeah.
Jesus is called what?
Chewy.
Oh, really? It's the same thing. It sounds like totally different though. Jesus and Chewy.
Francisco is Pancho.
Really? Why is this so different?
Or Paco. I think it's Paco or Pancho. I'm trying to think of what else.
It was just so strange to me. Okay, so my family, they're all Christians, right?
Yeah.
So Jesus is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I immigrated to the States and blah, blah, blah. And I met some, folks from Mexico and stuff like they're like, my name, they write Jesus, right? So I'm like, Jesus. Oh my God, your name is truly Jesus, right? It was just so shocking to me. I'm so serious.
Right.
And so I said, but I didn't know how to, I didn't want to show it, right? I didn't want to offend anybody.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, your name is Jesus. And I'm like, do I call you Jesus? And then he says, oh, my name is Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what is this?
I've had clients. I've had a few clients. I'm trying to think of who. Anyways, I've had a few clients with the name Jesus.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes I'll be talking, to somebody else, maybe the loan officer or whatever, and I'll refer to them to this client as Jesus.
Mhm.
Like, Jesus, this, that, and the other. And they're like that shock. They're like, what?
I'm seriously, like, I was totally shocked.
I know.
Because, like, in our culture, okay, it's like Christianity actually came from here. But anyways, in our culture, it's like Jesus is a big deal.
Yeah.
And you don't ever, like, you don't call my name in vain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, how do I call this guy? Would I call him Jesus? What? I'm not supposed to call anybody Jesus.
As long as they don't ask you to call it Lord, it's fine.
Really?
You call it Lord Jesus.
Is there somebody with Lord Jesus?
No.
Okay.
It's just being funny.
Oh my God, that would just like totally like
You guys,
kill me.
Eric is like,
He's
too
very
much.
smart. He's a smart aleck.
yes, he is.
Yeah. With all
And
kinds
he's
of stuff.
funny.
Yeah, he has so much in his head.
Yeah, he does have a lot going on in his head. He
So
really
much.
does. You know what he told me one time?
What?
Eric told me once that I was not funny on Facebook. I was so, like, taken back. I was just like, what do you mean I'm not funny on Facebook? And then I started questioning whether I was funny on Facebook or not.
Mm-hmm.
I am funny. I am just, period. Like, I'm a funny person. So I learned not to listen to everything he says. He just was trying to get into my head.
You look like you are. Yeah, but you're like your what's the word? Your code for, like, I guess funny may be different from his.
No, I was just being ugly.
You see? You see?
If you really want to insult a woman, tell her that her social media game is weak.
Yeah.
There's nothing that offends maybe not women of y'all's age, but younger women. Tell them that their Instagram is not shit.
Oh, then they're going to be
They're
offended. You just kill my soul. That's crazy.
Yeah. But for a minute it would affect me, but now I know. And then sometimes even, like, whenever he said that to me, I took that to heart. I was thinking, maybe he thinks I'm not funny. But then I realized that, sometimes...
What the hell's the matter with you? You're not a comedian. Why did you get offended by
I
not
don't
being
know.
funny?
I was like, what do you mean I'm not funny? I was like, what do you mean I'm not funny? But then I realized he was just messing with me, just like he confessed, okay?
No, let's say he was not messing with you.
Mhm.
Let's just say maybe he's saying whether it's not. Let's say he was just saying the truth.
Yeah.
But why does it upset you? You're not a comedian.
I don't know.
You should be upset if he says, like, you're not a good realtor or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was like...
You want to be a funny person?
I want to be great at everything I do. I'll be funny, great in real estate.
Oh my God. That's interesting.
But you know what I did realize?
What?
Okay, because I say funny things, okay? And if I'm not funny, he's not going to laugh. But I didn't, like, I'm at home and then I'll say something and then I see him trying not to laugh.
He's quietly laughing.
He is. But I've seen him also, like, really laugh, okay? So I know I'm funny. I don't care what he says. I don't care what you say, right? He's just trying to get under my skin.
Oh my God. Are you guys like in elementary school or something?
A little bit. A little bit.
Well,
but anyway.
That keeps it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we've been married. We've been married as of the 25th of November,
Uh-huh.
which is what, in a few weeks or so.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time y'all watch this, it'll be, past. But we'll be 31 years married.
Oh my God. No wonder you're behaving like an elementary school kid.
Yeah.
What? You need that.
I can't believe we've been together that long. So, anyways, bless my heart.
I'm the one who's supposed to say that, not you to
Bless my heart. Yeah.
All righty.
So, anyways,
It's time to go.
it's time to go. We're getting the signals. It's always great. I love having some time with you. Okay.
Same
I feel
here.
so blessed to be in your presence, Joyce.
Thank you.
So,
All
I
right.
guess we'll see them next time.
Yes. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for watching this week's video. If you have questions on anything we covered or you'd like to ask us, just leave it in the comments below. We love to hear what you have to say about what we talked about and what you want us to talk about. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.